Alright, Zachary. I'm really curious to learn more about our big fella. Let's have a look. A friendly giant, shall I say? Let's have a look. I'm not going to do a recap this time, but if you want to, let's just see what else is new. This is new, happy anniversary. And yeah, twins. They're getting twins, Hannah. So we got the party. She was accused of infidelity. Well, he was accused of infidelity. We decided to forgive. I decided to forgive him. So I hope you still agree with that, or no. Oh yeah, we're going to learn about Zachary. Not here. I'm going wrong again. But relationship status. Everything looks pretty well. That's good. That's good. Journal profile. Zachary man, come here. All right. So Zachary Zach Steele. He was born on March 20. He's a Pisces. He's 31 years old, same as Hannah. He's 6 foot high, so 1 meter 83 centimeters. He's a freelance photographer. He's American, agnostic religion, diploma in digital film. He likes pie, photography of course, and filmography, documentaries, cooking, acoustic guitar, and video games, just like us. Before his parents' death, he lived in New Jersey where his family owned a diner and bakery. He and his older sister were orphaned due to a hate crime. Alright, so spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't read it. Uh, he and his oldest, orphaned, and they were forced to move to England where their grandparents lived. He had loved cooking and helping out with their older diner, but grew lazy and disinterested after the incident. Did not help that he was one of the few blacks in a predominantly white community at the time. His passion for the visual arts was sparked when he found old Polaroids and home movies of his parents. Freelancing helped pay his rent, but the man had long set his sights on the indie film scene. It was during the creation of his first documentary that a robbery occurred and Ashton was there to investigate. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time led to Zachary being placed as a suspect. Oh no! But the rookie detective helped him clear his name. Thank you, Ashton. Right, Zachary. He's sad for his parents though. So let's learn more about him in this story, shall we? The pleasant aroma hits me long before I cross the threshold. Faint, but light and warm. Reminder of what home is. Bar's stern but commanding gaze, Ma's tender smiles, the sunlight filtering through the eaves in the morning, and a distant smell of cinnamon and vanilla as it drifts through the air every time something cooks from the room. The room, our room. Ma and Pa's pride and joy. My sister and I, too, eventually. But we ain't allowed there. Not yet. Not until we are taller or older. Not until we've learned how to take care of ourselves and not burn our hands or reach the cupboards without having to be lifted.
But a little peek wouldn't hurt, yeah?
The floorboards are cold on my feet more than it usually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther the room goes. Ma singing ceases and Pa.
Oh, please wait. I'll be good. I'll sleep on time. Don't go.
I can hear Pa. That was chilling. Not above the roundhouse clanging on a deafening roar of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comfort soft melodies. There's only the blinding fear. When my foot slips, the red sea that catches me is bitter and frigid, but the blood that drips in my hand is warm, warm, warm. It ain't my blood. The walls stumble and everything goes quiet. Poor Zach. It takes a few moments for everything to fall into place, for my eyes to adjust to the relative darkness of the room. Despite the pleasant chill the AC brings, my shirt is clinging tightly to me, and my blanket a tangled mess around my throat. Morning has not even arrived, and yet,
Way too early for this thing, man.
and too long. Too long since the last I've woken up drenched in my own sweat, head littered with thoughts that are gone as soon as my eyes open. All too often, only imprints and brief images are left to haunt me for the rest of the day, or until my mind forgets about it. A god, whichever comes first. Yet, vivid or not, what little I can remember does not matter. Regardless, the desperation sticks, clawing up, pushing, urging me to relive every moment, every sensation, and there's a twinkle in Ma's eyes when she looks up from her work, flour dust in her nose and cheeks. The scent of freshly baked bread wafts from the oven as the spot opens it, and the homey fragrance of honey fills the room. He reaches up to wipe the small beads of sweat away from his forehead before gesturing for me to come close the moment he spots me in my little hiding place behind the door. I expected him to be angry, but his pat on my back when I come within his arm reach is encouraging enough. We'll have to taste these first before you put it up for sale tomorrow. You up for it, little man? Is it good enough? A knock cuts through the air before I can answer. Sharp, heavy, demanding, familiar. So distantly familiar. Ma ushers me out of the kitchen, my pa moves to answer it. But I know. I know what waits outside. The taste of blood in my mouth sends an unpleasant churning in my gut. Ma's apron crinkles under my tight grip. Something snaps back into place. My bed remains in utter disarray. The walls still need a new paint job, and the wall clock ticking opposite my bed is as unsettling as ever. Ash is right. I should have already replaced it when I had a chance.
You're no longer there, Zachary. Here and there are miles apart. Calm down. Breathe.
The pressure of my own fingers against my temple is a welcome sensation of the anxiety gripping me. I never really did anything to stave off the headache sure to fall off this before, but it grounds me. A little reminder that I'm safe, away from the place I once called home, from Ma and Pa's. The urgency with each rap that follows finally chases away the ghost threatening to hang around. Why anyone thinks it's a good idea to knock at someone else's door this late confuses me. Nana would chase them all away with a broom if she was here. But no matter. It's a welcome break from the thoughts about to take a morbid turn if left festering. It's probably just Ash anyway. Looking for a place to crash. Looking for a place to crash. Wonder of wonders why he's bothering with the courtesy when he never did so before. Even with that hunch, though. Habit compelled me to check who it is first through the peephole. Better safe than sorry, they say. Except the person that greets me on the side ain't him. Unless his hair grew longer overnight. And he started wearing a ponytail, of course. Which I highly doubt will happen anytime soon, no matter how funny that looks in my head. Ponytail. I waste some time opening the latches.
Isabella, it's late.
She lives! She lives! She lives! Me happy! Sorry. Me happy, 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 happy. We made the right choice of going to work. There's something I can't quite pinpoint in her eyes when she looks up. Her face a pallid shade, shoulders tense, breathing heavy, and an uncontrollable shaking in her hands she's trying to hold back. Hide, if I don't know any better.
Hey, Zach. Sorry, I know it's weird for me to show up at this hour, but you were the closest to my office, and...
Poor girl.
No. It's perfectly fine. I'm not really working on anything right now. Do you want to come in?
Is it all right? I know you should be sleeping at this hour, but I thought... I'm sorry, I just thought... I have no idea why I went here. My feet just moved on their own after I got out of the office, and... Sorry.
She trails off, her voice lost in the muggy night air. I wait for her to say more, but instead, her only response is a downward shift of her gaze, back to her still trembling hands as if the emotion alone is enough of an explanation. A minuscule gesture. Easily dismissive one is not paying attention. But for someone who has seen the same expression in the mirror, done the same thing too many times when night terrors are inevitable, it is not.
Hey, don't worry about it. At least you not. Ash just barges in and crashes on the couch whenever he feels like it.
Why is it not surprising?
I swear that guy is one fine hairline away from being a criminal.
Without waiting for her answer, I step away from the door and saunter over to the kitchenette. For a few good seconds, only the clink of the plates can be heard above the constant tick-tock. Late as it may be for a snack, the familiar motions keep me occupied, stealing my mind away from dangerous thoughts. Isabella's company is not unwelcome either. Whatever her reason for showing up here at such an hour, doesn't matter. I'll be damned if I just turn away, frazzled as she is. The door clicks shut behind her when she finally enters, feet scuffling softly against the tile floor. In all the years I've known her, she has never once lost her ever upbeat spirit. Yet in this particular moment, as she stands in my doorway, holding her arms close to herself, it's as if I'm looking at someone completely withdrawn from the person I've come to know in all these years.
Do you want to drink or eat anything? I haven't restocked my food stash yet, so ingredients may be a bit limited. But I'm sure I can whip something up with what I have here.
Just water will do, please. Thanks, Zach.
What? No additional food requests?
I'm not getting the
That's new.
cook.
I'll put something together for you anyway.
He's sweet.
Hey, feel free to make yourself at home. You ain't exactly a new visitor here. Although my room's not at its most presentable right now. Sorry, new freelance gigs and such. Didn't have time to fix things up here lately.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Usually, she'd have something more to say about that. A quip, a witty remark to provoke a laughter or two. Nothing from her this time. Only a weak smile before she takes a seat on the couch, and a silence that stretches out until what we left hanging feels disconcerting. Before everything turns stifling and awkward, I continue talking, if only to keep the dead air at bay. How's one supposed to keep a conversation going when the person you're talking to is like this?
Anyway, gigs.
What do you think?
Can you believe this one client we got? Boss had all my scheduled shoots shifted after they caught wind of this couple buying a new property. Man, must be nice to have all the money in the world. The world itself moves for you, huh?
She's curled up on one side of the couch and hugging her knees close when I bring the tray carrying the sandwiches and the water she requested. She starts to straighten up as I'm unloading the contents, but pauses as soon as I hold up my hand in a holding gesture. Hold it.
You're a
hold it.
guest. Didn't I say you're free to make yourself at home? Here's your water. Careful.
The tremor in her hands, though lighter now, still hadn't subsided when she reached out for the glass. I gave her a questioning look, but she's quick to avert her eyes, keeping herself occupied by taking small gulps of water. Or maybe she just doesn't want me asking questions. Worrying. This often lasts for words. This bout of quiet not normally present in our chats. Even the creaking of the old chair when I casually take the seat is a welcome break. Although the company is familiar, this has gone way past unnerving.
What happened? Overtime at work?
She doesn't answer immediately. Another gulp drains the glass of its remaining contents. One would think it will be enough to help her recover. Yet she doesn't lose her taut grip on the glass as she grazes it on her lap. Her eyes take an unfocused gaze when she speaks again.
Yeah. Boss handed me extra work today. After what happened to Rose.
Rose? Why do I feel like you've mentioned her before?
A
Sorry,
colleague
I'm
mate.
better with remembering faces than names.
She was my coworker. That will take some getting used to. I was just talking to her the other day.
Was? Did she resign or something? I think I'm missing a few details here, Bella.
You've never met her. I think I did mention her once or twice. It doesn't matter. You probably heard her name recently from the news than me.
Something clicks then. Little memory from the night before. The bright red light from the dark room, the strong odor of the stop bath, the television barely audible murmur in the background, and a glimpse of a bloody room. The news is everywhere, even the morning that follows. I just didn't think its effects will strike someone this close to me.
Damn. I didn't mean to bring that up.
No, like I said, it'll take some getting used to, but it'll get better. I hope it will. Things might become a little busier for me, though. She left a lot of things unfinished, and I'm one of the few people in the office who knows how she works. Boss thinks the transition will be easier if I handle it.
That explains it. Well, just don't forget you still need rest. Even the most hard-working people I know don't keep hours as late as this. Hell, the subway stopped running hours ago. Crime rate might be lower here than most places, but that doesn't mean you can walk around freely in the middle of the night.
It's just for today.
Still a good thing you dropped by here first. I'm not just about to let you walk out here alone, especially not in the middle of the night.
He's so sweet, really.
Who knows what else could happen? I'm not saying you should go right now, but I could accompany you home if you...
No! Wait, please!
The vehement tension in her voice makes me pause. And it's in this instant the mask she's been keeping up falls apart, if only for a short while. Right then and there, I understood what's hiding behind her unfocused stare from the moment she arrived. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear. It's disturbing to see such marrying her usual upbeat countenance. With a sigh, I cross a small distance separating us and kneel in front of her. She doesn't flinch when I do so. However, the way she appears to make herself smaller against the couch is telling enough.
Bella, this ain't just about your coworker, is it? What is it really about? I'm all ears.
The sound of glass shattering rents through the air as soon as her hold on it loosens. In the span of a few seconds, her breathing grows labored.
I don't know anymore.
She grabs her hands over her ears, pressing it tightly against the side of her head. Her voice grows weaker with each word, each plea coming out of her mouth.
Please don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone right now. I can't shake it off. Everywhere's not safe and...
Alright, Isabella. Look at me.
My hands are firm on her shoulder when I pull her up to look at me. It takes every force of will to ignore the terror in her eyes in favor of taking control of the situation. Too close. Too similar.
Breathe. Breathe. You're safe here. Inhale, hold, exhale. Stay in the present. I'm here. No one's gonna hurt you. Do you want to talk about it?
The force with which she shakes her head is enough reason to drop the topic altogether.
No more. Please. No more. I don't want to remember anymore.
Kate, no more talking. I won't ask anymore. Can I get you anything? Another glass of water? I think I have a tub of that pistachio ice cream you love so much. We're gonna have to clean this mess first. Will you be fine on your own for a little while?
She nods slightly before retreating into herself again. No more words are exchanged after that, and I take that as my cue to start cleaning to start littering the floor before either one of us gets hurt. The quiet hum of the AC is a pleasant distraction as I go over the menial task. More so than her ragged draws of breath or my little feeble attempts to tell a quick story or two, but the latter does the trick. And soon enough, she has already drifted off by the time I return with the promised glass of water. Her chest rising and falling in a steady rhythm. The strain on her shoulders gone. Frankly, I've never seen her this still. She mumbles something I don't quite catch when I carry her to the empty bed, and hugs herself tighter against the mass of blankets. In spite of the fact that she appears relaxed, the small frown on her face hasn't quite disappeared. Whatever happened to her won't be leaving her anytime soon. But for her sake, I hope it won't stay long with her. There are still questions left to be answered, but the late hour, coupled with the sudden exhaustion, made my old couch a more comfortable bed than it typically is. He really is a good friend. Darkness immediately welcomes me as soon as my head hits my makeshift pillow. I can only wish the dreams will keep at a distance for now. For both of us.